I potty trained my toddler. If you guys don't follow our family vlogs, I am Devon, my husband's name is Rob. I have two little boys named Paxton and Maverick. And Paxton, he just recently turned 2.5 this month, actually just 2 days ago, and he has been potty trained like 100% probably for about 3 weeks now. And I am saying 100% because he doesn't need a diaper or a pull-up during the nighttime or nap. He can just sleep in underwear now, which is a huge milestone. And I know that is definitely early. A lot of kids are just becoming potty trained or not even potty trained until 3, and a lot of kids have accidents at night, and he's just really early in that. So I'm going to go over how I potty trained him. Now, I didn't do like a 3-day potty training thing. I definitely took it a lot more slow, and it was just what worked best for us. My way may be totally different than what works for your child, but this is just what worked for us. I had my second son, Maverick, July 15th, and I want to say like right when I had him, probably a couple weeks later, maybe a month, I was like, I should start potty training Paxton. So I started potty training him. I went out, we got underwear, we were excited about it, and I would bring the potty in the same room we were in, but I would keep his underwear on, and I'd put a timer on, and every 15 minutes I'd have him go potty. I did a sticker chart. He had gone, and I was super proud of him, but it was not a consistent thing, and it kind of felt like it was stressing him out, which was stressing me out. Am I forcing it too much? Is he not ready? Is it just too much because we just had Maverick? So a lot was going on in my mind where I was I don't know, I don't want to stop potty training while I go backwards, but at that time he was just not ready. And then every time I'd say okay, it's time to go potty, it was I kind of felt like I was trying to force him to go potty. He didn't want to sit on it, so I knew at that time he was just not ready. So I waited until December. Now my best friend Cassidy, she started potty training her son Jensen around this time. When I knew that she started to potty train, I was like, well, I better get on it. I better start potty training Paxton, see if he's ready again, and introduce it again. So I did the same thing that she started doing with Jensen. She just had him be naked basically. So I had Paxton with just a t-shirt on and no pants, and I would bring the potty into the same room that we were in. So wherever we went, the potty went. And I made it a point where we weren't going anywhere for a week and a half, and we just basically potty trained. If he had an accident, I would just clean it up and I'd say it's okay, and I'd say pee-pee goes in the potty, and I didn't do the timer. It just wasn't what worked best for us, and I would try my hardest not to ask him Paxton, do you have to go potty? I would just say it's time to go potty, and I'd go in the potty, or my husband would go potty, and he'd come and he'd see us, and this is how we potty. So it kind of just became a normal thing. I kind of just introduced it really slowly. And if he did have an accident, whenever you pee on the potty, he would be able to choose an M&M or marshmallow. Those were his 2 options he could choose from. And then it started to be iPad time. So if he did go potty, he could get M&M or an iPad time, which was 5 minutes on the iPad. And he really liked that, and he'd put ABC Mouse or a puzzle game or something like that, but he really enjoyed having the iPad time. And we didn't do a sticker chart. A sticker chart just did not work for him. He could care less about a sticker chart. I did it the first time. He did not care at all. So we didn't do a sticker chart this time because he did not seem to care about getting a sticker. He wanted that really good reward, which was the M&M or the marshmallow or the iPad time right then. It just worked really best for him. It's really good to use something that's really a good incentive when he does something that good as peeing on the potty or pooping on the potty. And at this time, I don't remember if he would poop on the potty or if he would wait until it was nap time to poop. I can't really remember exactly when he would poop. He's pretty scheduled pooper. He really had no problem pooping on the potty. Still now he has no problem pooping on the potty. He's never been scared to poop on the potty. He always says oh mommy, big poop. So I'm okay, and we always do. Right now we do sit down. It just, for him, I just feel it's too confusing to try to get him to stand up to go pee and then sit down to go poop. 99% of the time, when he goes poop, he pees. So if he had to poop, he'd start pooping and then have to get up real quick to turn around to pee. So I just felt sitting down right now is just easiest for him to understand, okay, to go to the potty, we sit down. Once he can control his pee-pee by himself, then we will do standing up. As of right now, we sit down. Once he mastered peeing on the potty and just being naked for, I want to say it was like 2 weeks, then I put just sweatpants on him. And it was just easier than doing underwear, because underwear are really tight to his skin, so he really has to work to get those down, whereas sweatpants, he can just pull them down and go. So that has been really working for us, is just having those sweatpants on and then him pulling them down once he has to go. And I would still have the potty in the same room as we were in, as a visual reminder. When it came to going out, we would just practice by going to our park that's near us, where I would just go on a walk, and I'd bring him extra clothes. So if he did have an accident, wasn't a big deal. I had wipes, I could clean anything that got messy. If he did have an accident in his pants, I would just say, it's okay, next time we pee on the potty, and I'd put new pants on him. After he was able to get his pants down and everything, now we put on the underwear, and he was really excited about them. So now he wears regular underwear and sweatpants, but he still definitely needs help getting his underwear down. He'll start to get them down, but he might not get them down in time, so I help him, and he goes to the potty, no problem. And now he doesn't get a reward for peeing unless he's in a sensitive mood where a marshmallow might make him a little bit happy. So I'll give him a marshmallow if he needs it. But then he was getting the iPad if he pooped. Now he doesn't get the iPad. We kind of step back on the iPad, and that's just special time that he gets to use iPad time, because he poops 2 to 3 times a day, and I don't want him using the iPad that much. I felt like he would just literally say, I have to go potty, just so he would get the iPad, and I didn't want him to get used to always going to the bathroom to get the iPad. Now when we go out, he's really afraid of the blowers, the hand dryers. So whenever we go out, I always say, don't forget, we're not going to use the hand dryers, we'll just use paper towels, or we'll just shake them off, because I don't want him to be scared to go into their potty because he's afraid to use the hand dryer. So I tell him before we go in the potty, we're not going to use the hand dryer, we're just going to go potty, and then we'll come out and use a napkin or a paper towel, or just shake them off. So I always make sure I tell him that, because he definitely is afraid of using that. Now he can sleep completely through the night without a diaper, and we started using bottoms up. I'm going to be doing a potty training essentials video, and that's going to be a product I mentioned in there. And we didn't use those for potty training because I just had him be naked, but it's a great thing, and I'm so thankful I have them now for nighttime. So I'll show you guys more of that when I do my potty training essentials, which I'm going to try to film that either tomorrow or the next day. So make sure you hit the little bell to notify you guys when I put up a new video, and you can make sure you don't miss that video. A big thing with potty training him is I just kept a really good eye on him. Whenever I knew that he looked like he had to go potty, I would say, time to go potty, and then I would go with him. I put him on the potty, and then he would usually go, because I would literally be watching his every move, okay, he has to go potty, okay, he has to go potty. And it's definitely time consuming. And we were going away in the middle of December, and I was like, oh, should I wait, should I not, what should I do, when's the right time? But I decided to potty train him in December, and in the middle of December we were ready to go. The whole entire time during potty training, I bought 1 pack of pull-ups, and I was like, I'm not going to buy them again once these are done. Maverick and him are in the same size diaper, size 4. Maverick can fit in a size 3, but just because I knew Paxton was a size 4, when he would nap or go to bed, I would just put the size 4 diapers on him instead of a pull-up, and it was just easier. And when we did go out anywhere, I would put his underwear on, and then I would just put a diaper on over top of his underwear, so that way if he did pee, it would hit his underwear and he'd still feel that uncomfortableness, and it wouldn't absorb really anything on the underwear, so he'd still feel that really wetness. And that just really worked for him. And we have only had 1 accident out, so that's amazing. I definitely think they say some kids are ready and you don't want to push it because you don't want it to be a negative thing. Before we leave the house, the rule is you have to go potty before we leave the house. So sometimes he'll act like he doesn't want to sit, and I'll distract him and I'll say, wow, how many eyes do you have? And he'll say 2, and then all of a sudden he's relaxed and he'll go. So kind of just getting his mind off of even that he's sitting on the potty real quick, just so he can go, because I know that he probably has to go. And when he goes to bed, I don't let him have any milk or water. He has milk during dinner, and then he can have a little bit of water afterwards. But once we come up for bed and we do bath and then put him to bed, we don't do any milk or water so that way he doesn't pee the bed. And he's really, really good that if he does have to go in the middle of the night, like 3 o'clock, he'll wake up in the middle of the night, or today he woke up at 4:50 to go potty. I'll take him potty. He'll yell potty and I can hear him on the monitor. I'll take him potty and then I'll put him back in his bed and he goes back to bed. Or if it's like close to being up, he'll just play in his room until his okay to wait clock goes off. So that's really, really good, and I'm super proud of him for being able to hold it when I'm like, okay, I'm coming, hold on. Like I said, this is just what worked for our son. I definitely feel like kind of just taking it slow and not having like a timeline, like he has to be potty trained in 3 days or he has to be potty trained in a week. It was a slow process, and definitely I think making sure you have time, just really focus on them and watch your every move. When you can tell that they have to go potty, I have to go potty, come with mommy, let's try to go potty. And then as soon as he does go potty, you give him his M&M or whatever he picks. So I think the main thing for us is just taking it slow and not having a timeline, and just having a lot of patience and knowing that he will be potty trained. Like, he'll get it, and just taking our time with him and not getting upset, because when we get upset, then he'll get upset and he might not want to do it. Once he was able to master like holding it, then we took the potty away and he had to come upstairs or go into the downstairs bathroom to use the potty. It just wasn't in the room with him. And he didn't need that like visual reminder. He just knew that he had to go. And when we were potty training, we would switch off from the little potty to the big potty to the little potty to the big potty once he mastered like the little potty, because I wanted him to be able to, be fine with going on the potty, the big potty, because lots of places where we go, we're not going to have a little potty with us. We'll have to use the big potty. So definitely switching on and off with the big potty to the little potty has helped him. And we still keep the little potty in the bathroom that way, just in case if like I'm going to the bathroom and he has to go and he can't hold it, then he can come in and use the little potty. I hope you guys like this video. Like I said, this is just what worked for us. I'm going to be doing a video of my essentials for potty training and just what helped us and what we still use now, and I'm just excited to share that with you guys. But make sure you guys thumbs up this video and subscribe if you haven't already to our family vlogs. It means so much to me. And don't forget to hit the little bell to notify you when I put up a new video. Alright you guys, I will see you next time. Bye!
You had me at hello, 'cause where you go is where I go. I don't need nobody else. I got you, and you got me too. You can ride all the blue. I wanna do what you want to.